I just read a report today or this morning that says inventory is pretty much up in the West. We got a plentiful amount of homes. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and bring it to your guys' attention here. It's from the Wolf Street. It says, in the West, inventory of new houses for sale jumps to highest since 2007. In the South, it's bigger than during the housing bust. It goes on to say, inventories of completed new single-family houses for sale in February jumped by 34% year over year and by 55% from February 2019 to 121,000 houses, the highest since July 2009 during the housing bust. I can go ahead and continue reading, but graphs are so much more fun. So it says completed newly single-family houses for sale. It says completed new single-family houses for sale right here. Obviously, we do know that the bust happened right there. So we're on our way tracking up. But these are newly completed family housing. Isn't this phenomenal? That is phenomenal. To be fair, this part right here is a little disappointing. This part right here is a little disappointing, but at least we're heading in the right direction. Then I'm going to scroll on to the next. It says new single family houses for sale, all stages of construction. So whether it's being built now or whether it's being completed or about to be completed, here we are. This is very good. As a matter of fact, we are in a housing crisis. And just know, when we were about this high, there was too much housing going on. The truth is, there wasn't too much housing going on. It was too much lending going on, too much crazy lending with no income documentation. But if we can get housing back up just a little bit higher, that's really going to help out the inflationary problems that we have with house prices going up. We'll scroll down. It says, this is in the South, new homes for sale at record highs for months. South, look at this, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Obviously, you guys, this is where we pretty much made a bust. This is where we're at right now in the South. So housing prices probably aren't going up as much as they were because there's so much inventory, according to this article. All right, so here it's talking about the West. You guys can go and read the articles. The part that I want you to take a look at is it says, but sales in the West fell by 14% year over year and by 25% from February 2019. Supplies in February rose to 10 months. This is in the West, not obviously directly in Maricopa County or Arizona. Supply in February rose to 10 months, the highest of any region, up by 28% from a year ago and up by 80% from 2019. Home builders need to sharpen their pencils to get this inventory moving. What does that mean, sharpen your pencils to get this inventory moving? Well, what it means is lowering the prices. And the more the new home builds lower their prices, the more retail sales are going to need to lower their prices in order to compete with the new home builds. And listen, this is not a bad thing. You guys, you cannot consider your home and your equity as a part of your wealth. That's not what it's intended to do, and that's not what it's supposed to be. The goal of home ownership is home ownership. And after home ownership, or maybe even before home ownership, comes affordability. We need more people to afford more homes. So with inventory going up, hopefully that is the end of these housing prices going up as well. Alrighty. So now to go back, it says in the West, new single family houses for sale. That's what we want to see. Okay? We want to mirror that because we are so in demand for where housing sales are. Now you can go back and you can go on and read the article, and it's not as great in the Midwest or the other region in America, but it is good if you're living in the West and if you're living in the South. So what that hopefully means is for more inventory to allow for lower housing prices, because obviously if you have a bunch of houses for sale and a whole bunch of opportunity, then you're not going to go to the highest priced one. You're probably going to go to the lower priced one that still fits your needs. And then it's kind of a race to the bottom. Now, hear me out on this last point here. If you want to buy a home, first of all, these new home builds in Phoenix, Arizona, a lot of them are just garbage. They don't have backyards. They look more like townhouses. I don't know if we're doing ourselves justice over here in Phoenix, Arizona when we're building. We're just seeing hundreds of houses go up, and they look like 2-bedroom townhouses. So that's pretty upsetting. And then what you're seeing a lot in Arizona too is a lot more apartments as well. So I'm not sure if all this building is truly going to equate to what we're looking at doing. It looks like it's turning us more into New York, where you get these small little areas or houses or condos, and you have to pay $2,000 a month in mortgage payment. That's crazy, but it's looking like it's more like that, which is sad. Which brings me to my most important point. With all these new builds coming up, and knowing that these new builds lose money, the second that home is completed, the new builds lose money every single day that it's on the market. So they're willing to lower those prices tremendously when the house is built, after the house is built, to get it under contract so that they can get it out of the books or off the balance sheet. The good thing about that is what that does is now new builds are competing with resale. And we know new builds are ridiculously overpriced. And then when you get a new build, all of a sudden you're getting the worst cabinets, or you pay tremendous money for upgrades. Getting the worst carpet, tremendous money for upgrades. Getting no backyard, or tremendous money for upgrades. It's better to go resell in most of those cases. And if resale is now competing with new builds, then resale is going to have to start lowering their value. And what do you get with resale? Typically you get a pool, right? If you want one, or you get better carpet or better appliances or better cabinets. There's a lot more you could get per square foot for what your dollar's worth when you go resale versus new build. So new build feels shiny, it feels cool, like you're the first person to live in it, but you pay for that, and you typically tend to get way less value. This is the perfect time to go resell. Go look at the house that you're looking at that you really want. Negotiate, because you have the power right now, and see if you can get yourself that extra bedroom or that extra third car garage without having to pay a premium like you would if you bought a new build.